Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Philosophy of Life channel, where you can reflect, awaken, and connect with your true self. Today, we will listen 30 golden rules in human relations. Dear ladies and gentlemen, in life, every action, gesture, way of dressing, speech of a person will reveal their personality, qualities, status, and psychology. Therefore, cultivating and learning the principles of human relations in life of the sages is extremely important. A businessman who died of learning once said, "Habit is truly a kind of strength that is both tenacious and great. It can ruin a person's life. Therefore, everyone needs to cultivate a good habit through education." So, how to form good habits to have a peaceful, good life and many blessings? In this video, I would like to share with you and my friends the 3 golden rules in human relations. Extracted from the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, by author Denkaneshi. The book is extremely famous and valuable to millions of people around the world. No matter who you are, you should refer to and learn from it. Please follow and contemplate with us. The people you meet on your journey will influence your life. Whether good or bad, they give you wonderful life experiences. Therefore, do not condemn, criticize or complain about anyone, even if someone hurts you, betrays you or takes advantage of your kindness. Please forgive them, because maybe it is thanks to them that you learn to be tolerant. It is not difficult to criticize someone, but to rise above that judgment and be generous. Forgiveness is something to be proud of. We should not judge others so that we will not be judged ourselves. President Abraham Lincoln. Principle 2. Sincerely praise and appreciate others. Knowing how to praise and thank those around you sincerely is the magic wand that creates affection and great spiritual encouragement. It is the joy that each person is cared for, recognized and loved. Every person who is sincerely praised will naturally correct his bad reputation to become more perfect. The deepest motive in human nature is the desire to express himself. American philosopher John Dewey. Principle 3. Arouse in others the desire to do what you ask them to do. It is easy to receive but difficult to give. It is easy to think badly of others but difficult to give them confidence. It is easy to extinguish the dreams of others and difficult to arouse in others a passionate desire. So why don't we do something difficult but very effective, like arousing a passionate desire in a person? Principle 4. Sincerely care about others. When we try to impress others just to get them to care about us, we will never have many truly sincere friends. If you want to have real friends, think of and do something for them. Give them your time, energy and unselfish concern. Showing genuine concern for others will not only help you to gain more friends, but can also increase the loyalty of customers to your company. Always remember that you have 2 hands, one to help yourself and the other to help others. A person can succeed in almost anything if he has an unbounded enthusiasm. Zachary Schwartz. 5 Principles. Number 5. Smile. Don't forget to smile in life. Your smile brings happiness to those around you and therefore brings happiness to yourself. A smile enriches not only the receiver but also the giver. A smile appears in a flash but can leave a mark that lasts a lifetime. Smile at someone even if they are a stranger. That smile will shine into the darkest corners of the soul and brighten up even the darkest places. For no one needs a smile more than the person who has no smile left to give. 6. Principle 6. Always remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. We need to recognize the magic behind each person's name and remember that each name, no matter how simple, is the important and joyful thing for that person. Therefore, the information we are exchanging or the stories between 2 parties will become special when we include the name of the person we are communicating with. No matter who they are, the servant or the CEO, the name always brings magic when we say it correctly. Good qualities are developed and cultivated with a lot of effort and determination. Rifondo Emerson. 7. Principle 7. Listen to others. Encourage others to talk about themselves. In Chinese, the word listen is written with strokes made up of 5 words inside the ear: eye, heart, one and king. Listening here means that we always need to open our ears, eyes, and heart, become one with the person we are communicating with and show them their importance. To be a good speaker, you must listen attentively and be interested in others. You should care about others. Ask questions that they like to answer. Encourage them to talk about themselves and their achievements, because sharing sympathy is more powerful than words. And joy and sincerity will truly last when you know how to care. Silence is more musical than any music. Christina Rossetti. The more silent you are, the more you hear. Baba Zamdat. A careless, thoughtless word may cause discord and create discord. A cruel word can wound a soul. A timely word can bring peace. A loving word can bring true happiness. And there are words that can save a person. The quickest way to a person's heart is through an essay about the things he or she cares about most. The main principle is to honestly show others how important they are. The most valuable person is the one who can do the most for his fellow men. Making others feel important is one of the most useful ways to help them live and work better. The desire to be important is one of the strongest urges in human nature. John Dewey. Principle 10. The best way to resolve an argument is to avoid it. Buddha taught, contemplation can never overcome contemplation. Only love can overcome contemplation. Arguing does not resolve conflict. Only tolerance and the goodwill to see things from the other side's point of view can bring about reconciliation. If you try to win an argument, it is a meaningless victory, because you will never gain the goodwill and cooperation of the other side. Benjamin Franklin. When you argue with a person, you need to orient yourself so that after the argument you will have a friend. Theodore 11. Principle 11. Respect other people's opinions. Never say you are wrong. Teach people as if you were not teaching them at all. Teaching something unknown is like repeating something you have forgotten. For a simple reason, for those who know, just half a word is enough for them to understand everything we want to say. Alexander Pope. The rarest talent is the talent of a person who knows how to recognize talent in others. Ernest Hemingway. 12. Principle 12. If you are wrong, admit it quickly and frankly. If we admit our wrongdoings before others have a chance to point them out, we stand a 99% chance of being treated with generosity. In our dealings with people, always remember that we are dealing with creatures of reason and emotion. They are easily hurt by prejudice, but motivated by pride and self-esteem. If you are wrong, there is nothing better than saying I was wrong. It is not humiliating to admit one's mistake. Fenelon. 13. Principle 13. Always starts with a friendly attitude. In Aesop's fable, the sun and the wind argued about which was stronger. The wind said, I will prove that I am stronger. See that old man over there? I bet I can get him to take off his coat faster than you can. The sun hid behind a cloud to let the wind show its power. The wind was blowing almost like a gale. But the harder the wind blew, the tighter the old man held onto his coat. At last the wind grew cold and gave way. Then the sun left the clouds, and gently poured its rays down upon the earth. And suddenly the old man's forehead was covered with sweat, and he raised his eyebrows and took off his coat. The sun has taught the wind that gentle suggestion is always more effective than force. A gentle, friendly attitude and sincere compliments can change people's minds more easily than causing tension. A drop of honey catches more than a barrel of bitter water. Abraham Lincoln. 14. Principle 14. Ask questions that get people to say yes. Yes, immediately. When you talk to people, don't start with the points of difference, but start by emphasizing the points on which you both agree. If possible, go on to emphasize that you are both striving for the same goal. The only difference between you is in the method. It is much better to say yes from the beginning, because when a person really says no, all his senses, nervous system, and muscles are focused on the refusal. On the contrary, when a person says yes, every cell in his body relaxes in a state of readiness to receive. So if we can get a lot of word out at the beginning, we will have opened the way for the acceptance of our final proposal. He who treads softly will go far, as the Chinese proverb says. Principle 15. Let the other person speak freely. The most important thing in any conversation is to let the other person express himself. After expressing his interests, the other person will feel good about himself and his knowledge and will naturally listen to us. Orators are rare. Rarer still are those who know when to keep silent. And rarer still are those who know when to let others speak. SORVADO 16. Principle 16. Make the other person believe that he or she came up with the idea first. People like to do things their own way, not because they are told to do so. Everyone likes to be asked about their wishes, desires, and thoughts. Spring water and rain flow into deep rivers and great seas because rivers and seas dare to accept a lower position. A sage wants to show his superiority over others, so he places himself below them. If you want to be ahead of the times, you must hide behind. Therefore, even if a saint's position is above the world, no one will be angry, even if he is ahead of the world. No one will resent him. The 17th lie. Principle 17. Honestly see the problem from the other person's point of view. In all relationships, you must know how to put aside your own prejudices and sympathize with others to consider everything. The level of true growth and maturity in each person's life depends on their attitude towards others. Be gentle with the young, sympathetic with the old, sympathetic with the unfortunate, encouraging to the wise, forgiving to the wrongdoers. Be tolerant with the weak and forgiving with the strong. Because at some point in everyone's life, they will also fall into similar situations. George Washington sang. 18. Principle 18. Sympathize with the wishes and sharing of others. The most precious thing in each person's life is the good deeds towards others. Small, nameless deeds that the person himself has forgotten. Just a tight hug, a sympathetic silence, a friendly touch, a pair of listening hands. You can share with everyone. Kindness, caring, sharing, and empathy are special languages that everyone can understand. 3/4 of the people we meet tomorrow are hungry for empathy and sharing. Give them that and they will love you. Don't leave someone empty-handed, even though you know you'll probably never see them again. Sometimes, just a kind look at someone is a great gift in life. French proverb Principle 19. Arouse the nobility in others. If people are loved, they will learn to love and become more lovable. If you always look at the bad side of someone, it will make him worse. But if you encourage him to reach for the good, he will surely do it. Principle 20. Bring the idea to life. A lively dish will make the diner feel the chef's talent. A vividly written short story will make the reader realize the writer's ability to use language. A vividly described idea will make the listener feel the speaker's refined intelligence. Principle 21. Challenges provoke challenges in others. Frederick Erbach is one of the most famous scientists of human behavior. He studied the work attitudes of thousands of workers and senior managers. He found that the most important motivating factors for employees were not money, a good working environment or benefits, but the work itself. If the job is interesting, provides conditions for development, and demonstrates ability, employees will be very attached and always motivated to do the job well. This is also what everyone wants. A chance to try, a chance to break through, to express themselves, a chance to prove their true worth, to develop and to win. 22. Principle 22 starts with sincere compliments. Praise before criticism is like a doctor starting his work with an ointment. It will save the patient from the pain of having a tooth pulled. Leaders and managers should remember that the deepest desire of every human being is to be praised, respected and cared for. Nothing costs less than compliments, thanks, and apologies. 23. Principle 23. Point out other people's mistakes indirectly. Indirect attention to one's shortcomings is much appreciated by mild-mannered people. While any direct criticism may be very offensive to them, human beings are naturally proud. To tell someone that he is wrong is the greatest mistake of all. 24. Principle 24. Consider, reflect, and evaluate yourself before giving advice to others. Believing that you are rational and that you are the only one who is rational is a manifestation of narrow-mindedness and stubbornness. If you cannot hold your head up high and admit your mistakes, they will control you. Admitting your mistakes not only makes others respect you more, but also develops your own self-respect. If the critic humbly admits that he or she has made the same mistakes, then we will have no problem hearing about our mistakes. Admitting our own mistakes, even if we haven't corrected them, can help us persuade others to change their behavior. Asking questions allows the recipient to be part of the decision-making process. And once they've been involved in the decision-making process, they're more likely to take the initiative and implement it in a creative and positive way. Try not to hurt anyone's feelings, even with a joke. Publilius Cyrus 26. Principle 26. Save face for others. Saving face for others is very important. Just a few minutes of thought, with a few kind and sympathetic words, we have avoided hurting others and also avoided hurting our own personality. I have no right to reduce a person's value in his own eyes. What is important is not what I think of him but what he thinks of himself. It is a crime to injure human dignity. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry 27. Principle 27. Recognize the efforts and contributions of others fairly. even the smallest ones. Encourage and praise with your sincerity and enthusiasm. Praise is like sunshine. It is necessary for all creatures, including humans, to develop. Yet most of us are always ready to use the winds of command as a way to criticize and often hesitate to give our loved ones the warm sunshine of compliments. Everyone wants to be complimented, but the compliments must be specific, sincere, not just a platitude. We all crave appreciation, recognition, and are willing to do anything to get it. But no one wants lies and flattery. All potentials bloom in praise and wither in criticism. Your warm smile and a friendly pat on the back can save a person who is on the verge of suicide. Camellia Elliott Principle 28. Praise so that others will strive to be worthy of it. In ordinary life, it is important to give a person a good name. But it is much more important to criticize a person while preserving his honor. If you want to praise something in someone, act as if it were his outstanding characteristic. They will definitely make extraordinary efforts to become like that. In this way of dealing with people, if we treat a person like that, he will become like that. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe Principle 29. Encourage others. Make them see that mistakes are not difficult to correct. If you tell your child, spouse, or employee that they are stupid, clumsy, or incompetent, you destroy almost all their motivation to improve. But if you encourage them, make things seem easier, and convey confidence that they have undeveloped talents, they will certainly try to develop the talents you have discovered or even ascribed to them. We cannot teach anyone anything. We can only help them discover what is hidden within themselves. Galileo Principle 30. Make the other person feel happy to do what you suggest. People are more likely to change their attitudes if we make them feel happy to do what we suggest. There is an art to suggesting something skillfully for others to do. If we practice diligently and have sincere concern for others, we will succeed. Dear friends, you have just finished reading the article sharing 30 Golden Principles in Human Relations, excerpted from the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Carnegie. Wishing you good health, peace, happiness, success and prosperity. Please note, if you find the video not good, please sympathize and ignore it. If you find the video useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel. Remember to click the bell icon to receive notifications every time our new video is broadcast. Once again, thank you very much for watching the video clip. I wish you all good health, peace and success. Best regards and see you in the next video.